Welcome back. We are a level 15 Baraji fighter of Kazlao. And we are about to go into the Orcish Mines. The reason we're doing that is we've already been through basically all of Lair and all the way down to Dungeon 14. Orc is probably the easiest thing right now. At least it has the potential to be the easiest thing. So we got to remember that we're a Baraji. Can't move very quickly. Basically everything is going to catch up to us. Do have Rampage, which is positive. With Arbalest, I'm really a huge fan of that. Orc Knight, huge fan of that. Alright, we got through that 4 Orc Priest pair. And we finished exploring the first level of the Orcish Mines. We actually have 3 downstairs available to us. Let's take one. Orc High Priest. 3 Orc Warriors. And this is just what we can see. Orc High Priest is pretty bad to keep on range. So we'll go up the stairs and let's try a different one. Alright. We have several things in melee range, 2 priests and an ogre. So let's take those out. We have an orc warlord and an orc sorcerer. They're all buffed, so let's go down a different set of stairs. And, we're basically making so much noise that our staircases are probably going to become safe. So, basically surrounded by all sorts of storm clouds right now. Basically daring the orcs to come walk next to us. And it's mostly ranged weapon folk at the moment. So we'll go down that first staircase. This is the one that had the high priest, but I'm gonna exclude that one since there's like 8 ranged enemies at least all trying to take us out. So we'll go down a different staircase. This is the one that had the Orc Warlord. Looks gone. We really want to take out that Orc Sorcerer, so let's use Upheaval. Didn't really do the trick, did it? Let's try again. Nice, that worked. We're probably going to have to use a Condenser Vein. Alright, so we ended up pulling this Orc Warlord up with us. Let's go ahead and use Elemental Force. And we got ourselves 2 air elementals and a water elemental. And that ended up paralyzing the Orc Warlord. This is something that's really nice that they changed. They added the temporary paralyze on air elementals. I think that's really thematic. It works out really well. Alright, so rest up. Go down and do it some more. So luckily we have pretty good shield rating. Let's go down another staircase. Thanks, Caslal, for that fire cloud. Wow, so we ended up discovering that Saint Roca is on this level. And Saint Roca is pretty scary. Lots of HP, smiting, all sorts of bad things. Let's exclude that one. We'll go back down to this first. Got safer. Somewhat. We're still full on piety, so let's use upheaval. Try and take out. Nice. Really want to try and take out more than one time. And we are successfully doing that. We went down to 4 pips of piety, so bring up 1 warrior. Down. We just have so much. It looks like upheaval is smite targeted, so we're going to use upheaval on this Orchid Priest. Only took 2 hits, which is nice. Move these centaurs up and take them out. Go back down, bring up another batch of enemies, and then we'll just kind of tap through. We have pretty good shield rating and armor, so it's no big deal. We're pretty close to full HP, so pull the Orc Warrior up. We are actually going to rest. Okay. Lots of Orc Warriors with Arbalest. Super annoying. Hopefully we have pretty good defensive ability. So we're able to take lots and lots of hits from these Arbalests while we close the distance. Alright, so we pretty successfully cleared out this staircase. And St. Rocco is near one of these others. At the westernmost part of the level, but now we're having orcs and stuff get attracted to us. Storm clouds are pretty effective. Right, let's go up to the next level. Alright. Come on, Orc Warrior. Come on down to the party. Rampage towards this Orc Knight. Take out this Orc Warrior. Rampage towards this other one. So right now we're pretty up there, St. Rocca, edge of line of sight. So we're just gonna book it back. Try and take an Orc Warrior with us. We tried to take an extra one, but that our Rampage really messed it up. Alright, so this other staircase that we previously excluded, we now know that St. Rocca is not there. So let's take out the orcs that are there. And let's just start exploring a little bit manually. Don't have to worry about the items so much. Alright, we're getting to about where St. Rocca was. So let's go back down that first staircase. Alright, and then we'll do the same. We'll just kind of explore around here. Get a lay for what's around. Looks like we got the 4 quadrant. Oh, there's St. Roca. Not very good at running away. Use our hop. And we'll make some noise and kind of see what dares get close to us. Alright, Orc Warrior doing a surprising amount of damage. Add a halberd, I guess. Alright, so we rest full. We go down. Alright, well, we now have St. Roca next to us, which is not really what we wanted. We're going to use Elemental Force, get some summons with us, and use our Box of Beasts. We get the nice Paralyze. We'll take a step away from St. Roca. We're going to have to use the Heal Wounds. Take another step away. Chain Paralyze is doing some nice damage. You could use a Lightning Rod, nothing else is in the way. Not great odds on paralysis. Yes, we could Phantom here. We do have Rampage, but let's just try and hop away. Yeah, that was the right thing to do. Throw some poison towards them. Oh, that's not a good idea. We're gonna have to use Upheaval on them. They're almost dead. Lightning Rod? Can't reach. Flame has fire resistance. Boots is gonna not bet. Alright, that's Upheaval, and if we hit our beast, then so be it. Healed twice, and that killed St. Roca. That was pretty scary. Plate Armor, Fire Resist could be good. We're in Chainmail right now. So let's go upstairs, and let's rest up. Alright, so we're at 2112, Armor Class and Evasion. And our weapon speed is 0.6. So 2112. If we put on the plate armor, we go to 27.8. And it doesn't slow us at all. So we get more armor class than dodging, right? So if we add them up, it's 35 right now, 27.8. And if we put on the chainmail, 24.10. It's pretty close. We really need more strength to take better advantage. But you know, we'll get it. We'll get it. What's it like in our scale mail? It said 24.10. We get 21.12. Yeah, let's get the fire resist. Wow, we're maxed on fire resist now. Maybe we should put off the resist cold. And just roll with slightly lower armor class. I think that's probably the prudent move. Alright, so we're going to look for all armors with ego and all armors that are artifact. So is there scale or chainmail? It's not really anything. We found no artifact. Really? Let's just look. Oh, we did rand art instead of armor, instead of artifact. Why did we do that? It used to be called random artifacts, now it's just artifact. Okay. Plus 12 crystal plate armor. Artifact Quicksilver Dragon scales. What are Quicksilver Dragon scales? So it can't be enchanted, but it is plus willpower. Its encumbrance rating is 7. It's higher armor class than the scale mail, so it's basically chainmail. Yeah, so we'd basically be wearing chainmail, but without any armor penalty. So we don't have enough gold for that. Okay, something to think about, I guess. Well, we got Saint Roca, so odds are good that we actually probably killed everything. Interesting sling. Venom, resist poisons, poison, double fire resist, -5 intellect though. There's a Morning Star, so we'll put that on our wish list. Scroll of Fear and Teleportation and Roots, all of those are good. Let's go ahead, how much do we have? We have a single Scroll of Fear, okay, so we're gonna buy that. How much teleport do we have? 4? Okay, we're also gonna buy that. Alright, so what else do we have? A Polished Cloak, Ruined Chainmail. Polished Cloak could be good. We're only wearing a +1 cloak of fire resist at the moment. So that actually looks like probably that's the best at the moment. Jewelry Emporium, got an Acrobat Amulet. You know, some rings that are possibly worth wearing. They're not artifacts, they're just a normal energy, like resist negativity, and a willpower ring. Would be nice to get the willpower. Would be nice. That's part of why we like the idea of those Quicksilver Dragon scales. But let's get that cloak. Polished cloak. Doesn't take much gold. Pretty cheap. There's also an ichor stained leather armor. So this cloak, we get 2 dex, 2 int, and resist poison. We already have resist poison from our helmet. So this is going to be something that we're not going to wear. But out of curiosity, let's see what 2 dexterity does for us. Does it increase our evasion to 13? It does. But we're going to wear the Cloak of Fire Resist. And now actually would not be a bad time. We look for all the other cloaks that we found. There are 2 scarves. It could be Scarf of Invisibility, Scarf of Repulsion, or it could be Scarf of Resistance. Resistance would be nice. not really worth spending the money on right now. So we didn't find an amulet that we were hoping to. I mean, Acrobat's good. Don't get us wrong. Not much on the artifact front. Besides that leather armor, which we have not uncovered. The leather armor could be awesome. It could have like Slay or something on it. Alright, let's buy it. +1. It's got resist cold and it's got regen. So if we do that, we go from 21, 12, 15, 14. Yikes. We're going to have to stay with the heavy armor. That leather armor just has too much of a difference in our armor class. Way too much of a dip. Okay. What about willpower? There's a ring that we can buy. It's a lot of gold, but probably the right thing to do. Okay, let's go and get that ring of willpower. Because we're going to need that. We actually don't necessarily need it. But we're going to buy it. And here's why we're going to buy it. So, the lair branches that we have available to us, Spider Nest or the Swamp. Okay, so the Spider Nest, probably we don't need the willpower that much for the Spider Nest, admittedly. But if we go to the Swamp, there's a bunch of stuff that it's going to try and cast spells on us and affect our will. If we end up trying to go into the Elven Halls, so sometimes what happens, we'll check out these lair branches, and we'll go a little ways in them, and then we're like, man, we're still not powerful enough, so let's go somewhere else. And Elf is one of those places that you can go. A lot of elemental damage in Elf, but the most dangerous thing is the willpower, because you can get banished. So that's why we got the willpower ring, and we're going to swap that out with our ring of See Invisible. And now we have a pretty decent spread of resist. We got the corrosion, which again we could swap out with something else, but we don't really have anything else that's better. We're beginning to get some decent willpower. We really need to get something else, but yeah, this is the thing that we did. All right, so we're going to go back into lair. And when we come back, we're going to go down one of these branches. Thanks for watching. Greetings and salutations. Welcome back. We are going to go through our first lair branch. And right now we're deciding whether to go spider or swamp. We're gonna actually peek our head in the spider nest first. I'm gonna make sure there's no immediate threat. Doesn't look like it. So we have a clear opening, but unfortunately it's kind of a long walk back to the opening. So it looks like we got kind of a winding snake nest, series of tunnels. That's kind of what we would expect. Alright, let's go back to the entrance. Let's pick the other direction, because we don't really want to keep going too far in one direction and then be unable to run away. So far, no enemies. Okay, so we're getting our first enemies. Redback, jumping spider. Electric eel. We'll take care of that with our wand of flame. We missed. Wow. Two hits and it still didn't die. We're amphibious, so this water doesn't really affect us. In fact, it could be a huge boon, because it will essentially give us a place to run away. Like this Cultivora, I don't believe can traverse heavy water. None of these spiders can. The Entropy Weaver is our biggest concern at the moment, so we'll cast Upheaval on it. Did it die? Really? One hit? Did it run away? No, it didn't die. It's casting corrosion on us like a bitch. Okay. So we could use a condenser vein. It's a little bit of a waste though. So let's do something that doesn't impact, that corrosion doesn't impact. So we'll do a lightning damage. Try and get all these enemies. We got a pretty decent chunk of them. This demonic crawler can probably still get to us. Hard to say. Okay, so don't really want to be up against that Entropy Weaver. Let's use our Wand of Flame against the Cultivora. Does it even get there? It did, nice. Use our Wand of Flame against the Entropy. Alright, Entropy Weaver. Damn, we're able to do very much damage to it, aren't we? We're attacking the Entropy Weaver, and we're standing in the deep water such that only one enemy can attack us at a time. It's pretty fortunate. Definitely, if you have flying or you're amphibious, you should keep an eye out for dungeon features like this. And it's cool to play different races and stuff because this is an experience that you wouldn't necessarily have as another character. A scroll we haven't identified. It is Torment. We got our hopes up a little. Was it Acquirement? Is it Acquirement? No, not this time. Not this time. We'll auto-explore a bit. Ooh, Wand of Acid. Let's drop the boomerangs for that. Our evocations, we're raising that, so that's good. Our maces and flails, we're going to cut off. A Morning Star needs 16, so let's keep this up to 16. Alright, so we have several redbacks coming up to us. So we were just auto-exploring, but let's manually explore back to where we were trying to go before. Let's make sure this area around the water we fully explored, because we'd really like to continue to take advantage of that if at all possible. Okay, so we have something invisible. So we're going to take off our willpower, and now we see the ghost moth. Alright, nice. We're going to leave our Ring of Sea Invisible on for going through the second level of the spider nest. Orb spiders, nasty. Nobody likes dealing with orb spiders. Alright, so we have a Tarantella and a Pharaoh Ant that decided to join our party. Kazlal was benevolent enough to give us some clouds directly on them. Rampage is something that helps a lot for orb spiders, so if you're a melee character and you have access to Rampage, then you get the spider nest. I would encourage you to check it out. This boulder beetle, we're going to try and break as much line of sight as possible because they kind of become a little orb of destruction. They'll curl themselves up into a boulder and then roll towards you, building up momentum. And because we're Barachi, we've got a huge line of sight, and the longer they roll, the more momentum they have and the more damage they do. So they're particularly dangerous for a Barachi, same as the orb destruction, the orb spiders, which is why I was pretty lucky that the orb spider got close, so we just kind of rampaged towards it. Potions we haven't seen before, cool. What's that potion of haste? Torpor snail, not great, but we'll try and get them into a cloud. Okay, we're going to try to get them up the stairs, so we have multiple enemies now. Check out the demonic crawler and make sure that we're going to be able to take them. Yeah, we can take them. They do a lot of damage. They hit 3 times, but they don't have a huge amount of HP. Only 50 or so. Okay, so we found Roxanne, and we ended up getting blinked right next to them. This is like hugely bad for us. Hugely bad. Can we silence them? We can silence them and then run away. I think that's probably the best thing for us to do. We could also silence them and then try and kill them. Yeah, I guess we could. Alright, well, silence it is. We're doing a decent amount of damage to him. Roxanne, why did you blink us so close? Alright, let's hope they don't kill us, because they're not silenced anymore. They just have a sliver of HP. Let's use our wand of acid on him. Boom. Alright, so what a fantastic spellbook. Irradiate, Yaras, and statue form. So if we had the inclination to put a bunch of points into transmutation and earth magic, we could get statues form. Yaras is exceedingly useful, Irradiate is exceedingly good. Transmutation is a nice spell school. We only have 10 intellect though, so we'd have to use wizardry. And to think this whole thing with Roxanne started because there was a scroll of poison at the very edge of the line of sight, and greedily we thought, we need that scroll of poison, let's go get it. And then we got blinked immediately next to or adjacent to Roxanne. So it's a good thing we had silence. So we're just going to continue exploring around Spider 2. We got some rad roaches following us. A little scary. Let's hope we can take him out. Oh, and an entropy weaver. Come on, we gotta get this rad roach out of here. Nice. We gotta get this entropy weaver out of here. Nice. Alright. So Kazlal with the clouds. It's really been doing us a solid. So if we were to stop our armor training and we're like, you know, we're just gonna go spellcasting and stuff, we do have enough experience available to us that we could. When we do the wizardry, we could put on that leather armor for the regen. You know, nothing else that we do is really gonna open up our options. It's kind of a tough call. So we're going to use upheaval on the orb spider since we just have to get that out. Spider-Miss 2 is complete. Changing the front of the screen. This is the furthest we've ever made it on. Someone did a special thing for frogs. So that's my favorite RNG. Making sure to make good use of them. Spellcasting team. And seems more we should pick up transmutation. And yarns are both level. They're useful, but Oh, that was a close one. Let's see, not too bad. Alright. So I'm going to pause on Spider-Nest 3. No. I'll see. So, greetings and salutations. Welcome back to the stream. We are a level 16 Barachi fighter of Kazlal. And we are in the spider nest. We finally ended up with max piety on Kazlal. And we've yet to actually find a better amulet than the Amulet of Faith. So we'll continue using that. We chickened out a little bit on Spider Nest 3. Yep, that's what we did. We chickened out a little bit. So we are upping our fighting and our maces and flails right now. And even though we chickened out on Spider Nest 3, let's go back some. Because we didn't have any singularly difficult enemies to face, it was just, we kept getting ourselves overwhelmed. Alright, Pharaoh Ant, come on. Lots of mutations potions. Rad Roach coming at us. Use upheaval on it. Heavily wounded, nice. Use it again. I'll use it. Well, twice is all we needed to lose a star of piety. 4 times. Oh, that's not really ideal. But Irradiate does hella damage. So, Entropy Leader. Alright, did not corrode us, so that's nice. And he finished exploring Spider 3. So we're going to go down into Spider 4. All sorts of big baddies. little tiny baddies around us. So we end up getting marked, which is pretty bad. And now it's a good time for us to use disaster area. And we're just going to say, fuck you to all these enemies around us. Surrounded by lava. Get the poison stacks up. Still at 4 pips of piety. So let's go down another staircase. Considering most of the entire level knows that's where we were. So now we just have a single Emperor Scorpion to deal with, which we'll take up to the 3rd level. And then we'll look to kill it. Our burst damage really something to be desired. Looks like we have a dig wand down here, which is nice. Oh, can't reach it from here. Alright, so we're doing okay clearing these out. Gotta be careful about those orb spiders, man. Orbs of destruction are nothing to mess around with. So many spiders. Alright, down to spider 4. The Venom Demon is doing pretty well. We don't have any other scrolls of brand weapons, do we? Now, Torpor Snail and Orb Spider. Double Orb Spiders. Alright, we're gonna have to use Upheaval. Let's wait one more turn. Yeah, we don't actually have to use it since the line of sight is blocked. Go ahead. Diagonally. Trying to get away from the orb spider. It's not working. We took a big old fat orb of destruction. It's gonna sit there range. Keep messing with this. So let's go to this first staircase that we went down. It was super crowded. We'll get the wolf spider out of here. Pick up our dig wand, our poison scroll. So, you know, it all kind of connects to the same place. So we've got this little stone vault here. The doors are open, so that tells us that there's some sort of humanoid. It could be Arachne, or it could be some other sort of named unique. There's many possibilities. But the spiders themselves can't open the doors. So let's make our way over in this direction. And we're just gonna try and slowly expand our exploration. We have a vault here that has a manual of spellcasting, which is pretty cool. We're not going spellcasting, but if we were, that would be a really, really, really nice pickup. You know, and one could even say, hey, is that your sign? Is that your sign to go spellcasting, considering you have spells that you know are awesome? And just put a bunch into transmutation. Yeah. How much does it even cost? It's not going to cost much to get up to 10. We would need the spell casting as well. And then we probably need to put more into dodging. Can we even kill a Glaive of Chaos? So it's Hulk Smash Lead's Ghost, Weapon of Pain, 137 HP. Hits for up to 20 damage, so that's a lot. Glaive of Chaos. It's for about 50 damage. So the spellcasting would undoubtedly be useful. Being able to get Yara's and Irradiate would be really super nice. Like, hella nice. Like, so good. It's not a win the game good, but it's good. And it's just like this, it'll enable this other aspect of our character, which is really where the usefulness is gonna come in. So if we're gonna kill them, we probably need Elemental Force, or we need Might, or Haste, or Berserk Rage, something like that. Can they see Invis? No. The Ghost can. Yeah, lots of armor class, lots of evasion. It's a noble Abyssal Knight. So that means we probably need Phantom Mirror type of thing. Box of Bees type of thing. Alright. Let's get the Box of Bees. And we'll open the door. And we'll start with Wanda Acid. And we'll do that again. 2 casted Wand of Acid. Let's do it a third time. Alright, so that takes the glaive down. And now all we have to do is focus the ghost. We're getting pretty injured, but the ghost is standing in flame. Or sorry, in clouds. Nice. we'll pick up the spellcasting. So now, let's get spellcasting and transmutations. And let's focus the two of them. Spellcasting will take till 10. That'll probably take a lot of our manual out of here. Transmutations, let's get it at least until 12. Hexes will pick up a little bit of, let's pick up at least 2 levels of conjurations and hexes. It's not going to help much, but we'll eventually need dodging, but we can hold off on that. Can't get out. So that's pretty good for the Spider Nest 4. I don't know if we really need to kill the rest of it yet. Or clear the rest of the level. It's like, what are we even gonna hope to accomplish? It's good that we left our See Invisible ring on, because there's a ghost moth here that's trying to mess with us. We probably should have hopped towards it. There's a hornet as well. Alright. Alright, let's get that experience, fellas. Yeah, let's go to the first level of the swamp. Let's see how bad it is. Bunyips are pretty bad. They do a lot of damage. 3 times for 40 damage each. We could try and paralyze it. We're at 40%. Upheaval would be a good thing to cast on it. 1 upheaval, 2 upheaval, 3 upheaval. That's probably good enough. Let's use lightning rod churn. That's almost dead, so we'll rampage into it. Alright, cool, it's dead now. It don't attack very often, but we're getting pretty close to theoretical one-hit territory. Alright, more poison scrolls, lots of deep water. Now most of the enemies in the swamp are gonna move through water, no big deal. Except this Brigand Druid. But we're gonna end up calling like everything else to us. So let's make sure to take out the leech and be very, very close. Let's memorize these spells. Just because we may as well. Yaras, irradiate. Hopefully the only thing worth bothering with. Because we're not going to use anything else. Like ever. Alright, so let's go this other direction. Got swamp worms that can hook us and drag us back. Hoping to avoid that. Got an Eleonoma that can heal when they're adjacent, or sorry, within 1 tile of a tree. So, what else do they do? Splinter Spray, 3d24. That's one of the things that if you have armor, it'll help quite a bit against. These are pretty dangerous for casters. Alright, so we've eliminated a bunch of the early basic threats. And let's swap our See Invisible with this Willpower. Just to kind of make sure we remember to be wary of stuff that can cause status effects on us. Some sort of ruined building that we're in. Haste potion down here. There's that Spriggan Druid. Now what do these druids do again? Stone Arrow, Awaken Forest, and then they also can recall enemies from elsewhere in the level. So all in all, pretty dangerous. So we're going to Rampage, try and close the distance with them. And that's one of the things about this Demon Whip of Venom, is that the Venom brand really helps us get some fast kills on things that are alive. Things that aren't alive, we're going to have a much more difficult time with. Much more difficult time, so let's make sure we have resist corrosion. So we're going to get some frog on frog action, because there's a Goliath frog just kind of on the other side of this wall. They were. Not stealthy at all. Alright, so we rampage towards them. And we're corroded, which is pretty bad, but we got through it. The heck? Oh, bloated husk. So again, exploring around, got some alligators speeding up, racing towards us, trying to kill us. You know, our armor isn't fantastic, but 2113 is a pretty good rating. It's decent. You know, we can't just like run into the fight and expect to be okay. +4 Ring of Evasion. Now that's a nice one. That's a nice one. I'm gonna drop these potions of brilliance. That evasion ring probably gonna help us more than the willpower. Exploring around, more Spriggans after us, so we're just going to make sure to break line of sight, force them to come to us. Alright, so Swamp 1's done. We're starting to get some experience. Let's go ahead and annotate the spider nest, just to make sure. I don't think we're going to forget, because there's the rune that we haven't picked up. So we're almost to 16 on maces and flails, and we're going to pause there once we get there. That'll put us on min delay for Morning Stars, and we'll keep our fighting up. That's something that's just always going to be nice. We might turn it off briefly to get some dodging, but we're basically here for the spellcasting and transmutations, and we're just going to get transmutations up to a reasonable level, and then we'll reevaluate what we do then. We'll probably get some more hexes and stuff, but right now, let's just focus on the transmutation. Alright, so Swamp 2. We're going to use the downstairs by the deep water, just in case we bring stuff up that is not comfortable in deep water. Pretty unlikely in Swamp. So, welcome to the stream. This is our first Barachi to speak of. It's our third Barachi ever, and one of them died in 100 turns, so we don't really have much experience as a frog. We do have experience needing to run away. We've got an Eleonoma, 2 Tyrant Leeches, and an 8-headed Hydra chasing us. So we're going to go up these stairs, mark these stairs as excluded, and then we're going to take out the Eleonoma. That had 28 charges of Wand of Flame. So, given that we're in the swamp, it's actually kind of useful. Alright, Nicola, we have no resist electricity. Do we have any potions of resistance? The answer is no, so we must henceforth evacuate Swamp 2, and we can maybe go down. We haven't found the final staircase. Wonder where it is. But that's gonna halt our progress. So let's go back to Spider 4. And we'll have to remember that we are using an evasion ring at the moment, which is great for our defense, but it means that we cannot see ghost moths, so we're going to have to be really, really careful as soon as we see. Try and hop away. Then, okay, nice. So we can kill the Hornet, and then the Joragumo is hopefully not going to be too far away. Let's just stand here so that we can recharge our Hawk. We get paralyzed, we get caught in a net, but that's okay. We killed the Joragumo. So originally our plan with this character was we're going to get some maces and flails and some heavy armor, and we're just going to cruise along until we find something that'll change our mind or direct us more. We haven't found any crazy shields. We haven't found any crazy two-handed maces. We did get kind of lucky with this Demon Whip on Layer 1. And so we've been writing that for a while, and the thing is, yeah, you can kill an Orb of Fire with Demon Whip. Like, you can. People do it all the time. No big deal. But there hasn't really been anything that's expanding our character. Yeah, we can use Kazlal's abilities as a trick up our sleeve, along with Evocation. But we found this manual of spellcasting, and then we also picked up Yara's Violent Unraveling, Irradiate, as well as Statue Form. And these are pretty good spells. So we're just going to boost those up. We've got a Ring of Wizardry. We've got other armor that we can use that's lighter, that won't impede our spellcasting as much. In fact, let's get our conjurations and hexes up a little. And so we also haven't found any like crazy good body armor. We do have this artifact, Quicksilver Dragon Scales, that could be cool. But it's a little premature. We don't really have the gold for that. So what our goal now is to make sure we can continue to have enough experience so that we can get these spells online. The Yara's Violent Unraveling is probably better than the Irradiate for this character. just because we're going to have a propensity to be surrounded. So one thing that might be nice to pick up eventually, damn, we got a rad roach against us. Alright, let's hop far. And then let's go up. We're like so far away from running away. We can get around line of sight here though. And hopefully the rad roach won't do a radiate. Looks like the strategy worked. You kind of have to do a similar thing with enemies that can call down damnation. You want to make sure that you're standing next to other enemies that they don't want to damage. We'll stay on this upstairs just in case. Alright, seems like it turned out okay. Just rampage towards the Culsivora. Or it's mispronouncing that. It's Culisivora, sorry. Been saying that wrong for a while. Just because I misread it. If I'm still mispronouncing it, it's my own fault. Alright, so we made sure to use our hop. Just going to go each direction and join in the middle. That's what it looks like. Okay. Let's hop again and get a little closer towards the entrance. Damn. And we got a ghost moth. Alright, so nothing can corrode us, so let's swap that. And then let's use our... Oh no, I hit the wrong key. We have our box of beasts instead of condenser vein. Okay, we'll do that too, though. And it's poison gas. Now we have mana. And the ghost moth is running away. Not ghost moth. Way to go, Mature Oxfire Beast. You to MVP. Standing in the poison cloud, but still killing stuff. You to MVP. So normally on the stream or on the video, I include chat as well as some other stuff, and you'll notice that there's none of that right now. And the reason for that is that I'm playing and streaming from a Steam Deck. I haven't configured the stream just yet to match the desktop mode. Greetings, said no one. I just checked the chat, saw that it was you. So you're the reason why I'm Barachi. You and my sister, because my sister likes frogs. I don't think she'll ever watch this video, but you're the reason. Being amphibious is nice. The hop is pretty nice. A lot of times I end up playing... Now here's cool. We're not quite ready to fight this Emperor Scorpion. And there's this handy door right next to us, so just close it and rest up. Personally, I'm used to... Like, I have plenty of experience playing relatively squishy characters. Or characters that you kind of have to, like, let me pop out and cast all my spells and then run away for my mana to regen. So I played that play style a lot, so I'm used to being really cautious. So for me, the slow of Barachi is... It's more of a challenge and less of a penalty. Because it just means that I've got to be more aware about what I'm doing. And the hop is pretty nice, especially once you level up and it gets a little longer. That's actually what we're going to do. We summoned all these elementals, but we're really just going to hop and try and run away. I don't really want to fight two Emperor Scorpions at the same time. But if we run away, we're hopefully going to be able to take just one of them. Yeah! We'll just smack this with our whip and dance around and deflect the blows because we got heavy armor. And then we'll go down and bring the other Scorpion up and do the same thing. So in that respect, hop is nice. I kind of almost wish that it had the AoE damage like the Power Leap from Rue. But I don't think it's necessary. I think it's probably pretty close to balanced. I guess Barachi have pretty good aptitudes. I guess that's like one of their main benefits. Yeah, no cloud spells yet. I was thinking it'd be super nice to get like Freezing Cloud or even Mephitic Cloud, like literally anything because we're Kazlal. But no, haven't had that opportunity. So we're going to go the old transmutation route. Wow, so no more Ghost Moth, seriously. You're just able to kind of auto-explore our way in. So we'll drop the Javelins. We'll pick up the Potion of Resistance, which potentially enables us to kill Nicola. Potion of Cancellation, which we definitely need. I guess we'll drop Lignification. Alright, first rune down. First rune on a Barachi. Scarf of Invisibility, cool. And a very interesting helmet. Very interesting. +2 hat of Supple Strength. Willpower, Force Strength, Resist Negativity, and Harm Brand. Harm Brand could be great for us. It also could be pretty dangerous. And our helmet is already pretty good. Resist poison and resist fire. And then there's just a plain old +2 hat of willpower. So let's annotate this and just say that. And we're not going to pick up this artifact. So that's it for Spider Nest 4. That enables us to go into the vaults. I think probably we would be better going into the Elven Halls. Nicola, we don't really want to mess with. It's like we misspelled Nicola. Okay. Lots and lots of HP. And then the electricity does lots and lots of damage. If we had a File of Floods, maybe it'd be different. But unless we're ready to go to Zot, there's no real reason to rush going into Swamp. We could try clearing out Dungeon 14. I think that's probably where we go from here. Oh, you're talking about with Kazlal's spell? Like if you're like, oh man, here's a cloud of miasma. I don't think it'll do anything. The ability specifically says causes your elemental clouds. And so it's your clouds and it's also elemental clouds. And there's no miasma elemental or chaos elemental. There is a chaos spawn. Well, we already cleared Dungeon 14, so now we're clearing 15. We got some ugly things. It'd be nice to only fight one or two at a time. Looks like we'll be able to do that. I felt a little bad trying to play a fighter of Barachi. Just because personally I find the fighter style kind of boring. But I'd rather be alive than dead. And I think the fighter background is a really nice one to start with. Most characters, the way you kill things is melee, so why not start with the ability to kill things in melee instead of having to limp along with some other spell. The thing is, though, is that when you start as fighter, you've got some experience that opens you up into the sword and board type fighting. And if you find the gear, which we kind of have, that push you towards sword and board and heavy armor, then if you end up spending experience on it, it may not be the best thing to do if you're going spellcasting. But we're only picking up spellcasting for support. We're not actually going to be killing things with like conjurations and stuff. Now's a good place for a lightning rod. They're also conveniently lined up. Shit, they do a lot of damage. But that's why we had lightning rod. Tengu warrior. And lots of other things. Okay, so now would really be a good time. We could do a condenser vein. Yeah, we'll do that. Acid clouds. It's about as good as you can hope for. You can actually lure the slime creature into the acid clouds. But we will keep these others at bay. And we'll wait for them to come up. And they're corroded, which is nice. 1v1 the Orc Knight. Do the tower shield there, +3 plate armor. More magic mapping, more gold, get marked, so you run. I'm not super scared of being marked because we're so loud that probably all the enemies that were awake already came our way. But still a good idea to run back away. Amulet of the Acrobat. Do we do it? Do we ditch our Amulet of Faith? I say yes. Let's do it. Yes, we'll remove it. Oh no, we lose 2 pips of piety? Holy moly. What a penalty. What a penalty. So inside this vault, we've got Condenser Vein, 4 charges of Wand of Paralysis. Great candidate for Hop, actually. Great candidate for Hop. So let's go on in. Oh, we landed on Teleport Trap. Got a Shapeshifter and a Slime Creature. We ran towards them so they could stay within the Flame Cloud. Like we got some water features here. Here's the Depths entrance. We'll use, really want to use Upheaval. Really don't want this to get this size. Pretty dangerous. Let's hop away. We have a lot of Flame Wand charges. Those will do a decent amount of damage. Could maybe even kill the slime creature before it gets to us. Alright, well, dungeon got Wereblood. Nice, we're at 16% on that. And we finished dungeon 15. We could try and go after these ghosts, but this dungeon 10 vault, let's go check that out. Because although we don't have our condenser vein ready, I think we actually can kill all these things now. So we'll stand here, and then do we want to fight them all at once, or do we fight them one at a time? If we fight them one at a time, we should dig at an angle like this. And then we can fight them one at a time. Now that's how you do it. We get the Cyclops done without much fighting. Get the 2-headed ogre done, Steam Dragon, and the troll. Scarf of Repulsion. Conjure Flame, Sticky Flame. Animate Armor, which is Summoning Transmutation, I believe. Oh, it's Summoning Earth. So, pretty good. Pretty good. Change the annotation here. And what other cleanup can we do? There's Gastronoc. Gastronoc does a lot of damage. And has a lot of HP. 150. But I think we actually can take Gastronoc out. So let's go down to Dungeon Duty. Yes, we're going to enter that level, and here we are adjacent to Gastronoc, and we're just going to start smacking them with the Steam Whip. Sorry, Gastronoc. Change the annotation. Now, we also had a vault over on the left side that we didn't fully explore. And there's the two-headed ogre and the Spriggan that we knew were there. And the plus 12 pair clip blades, Gyron Gimbal. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Is it better than what we have? We'd have to lose our weapon. It is probably better than what we have. Not against heavy armor, but interesting. Have we found any slaying? No. Yes, it's that Hat of Harm. Alright, so we gotta think, where are we gonna go? For real, where are we gonna go? We're gonna have to open our browser window again. So we're gonna pause the video right here. We're gonna keep streaming for the next segment. So thanks for watching.